Hey friends, I'm back. Hopefully I'm on the right page. So if anyone is joining me, just let me know that I am here on the correct page. And I'll just wait a moment because I still will need Damien to join me as well. So I'm Kristen Fagan with Softlex Company, and I do free spirit beading every Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific time, which is what we're doing today. However, we have some changes today. One, I'm doing this old school, just straight into our Facebook page because I'm streaming from my phone with its data instead of using my internet, which I'm having trouble with today. So for those of you that are joining me back, welcome back. We just did a quick tour around my studio. So if you missed that, you can check out the replay, which was right before this video. That was fun. I like how I said a quick tour and then I look down and all of a sudden 30 minutes are gone because Kristen can talk. I don't know how. I think 30 minutes is my quick. Hi, Tony. I don't know if I can get any quicker than that. So just is what it is, right? Damien, are you here with us? I'm not sure if you knew where I was gonna be, and I just realized I didn't maybe specify that with you. So let me just see if Damien is here. He usually helps me out with links and answering any questions I might miss. Oh, good. There you are, Damien. Hi. Just a reminder to go ahead and share this video into the Great Bead Extravaganza, as well as the Softlex VIB studio group. And hopefully I'm on the right page and I'm on Softlex Company's page. Hi, Shelly. So today we're going to open up the Renewal design kit. I've actually already opened it, so I'm just going to kind of show you the contents briefly, and then we're going to work on a stringing necklace design and a pair of matching earrings. This design kit was one of our mystery design kits, and it is currently sold out. We still have the trios of beading wire that we put together, which is called Lunar Moth, but we did sell out of the bead mix and we did sell out of the kit. Our newest kit, however, is still available. It's called Be Kind, B-E-E Kind, and as you guessed it, it's got an adorable bee theme to it. So if you are a bee lover or you know bead lovers, then you can make special gifts for them from it, for sure. It's a really sweet as honey kit. I'm excited to be playing with that next month. We're gonna do the reveal for the Be Kind kit on June 30th, the last Wednesday of the month at 3 p.m. Pacific time is when Sarah will open that kit up. So you have from now until then to purchase it and then be involved in the mystery reveal at the end of the month. I think we're about 60% sold out on that one. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn my camera down to my beading table. And let's take a look at what we're gonna make today. So, if you are new to Softlex Mystery Design Kits, I'll just start with this little card here. We put one together every month. They are a mystery, so you don't know what's inside of them until the reveal date, which is the end of the month. And many times we are sold out or close to being sold out by that reveal date. But the mystery is the fun. We always put in there enough materials for you to make quite a few complete pieces of jewelry. So you're always gonna get crimps and some beading wire and some clasp and some ear wires. And then we put together a custom mix that's only put into the kit, and then sometimes we have a few of them to sell afterwards, along with some bead strands, which can be a lot of the times check glass beads, and sometimes can be some gemstones as well. And then we also add in some fun challenge items sometimes. So you may have gotten something like a rubber tubing or a large pendant or something that was just a little bit extra and special for that particular kit. You can find them at softflexcompany.com, and like I said, we release them at the end of the month. The last Wednesday of the month is when our new kit comes out. And then another aspect of the kit, if you want to join along, is that we do have a challenge in the Softflex VIB Studio Facebook group that you can post the designs that you made with your kit after the reveal. So always make sure that you do not reveal the contents of your kit or what you make with it prior to the last Wednesday when we do the reveal of that particular kit for the month. And then you can share your designs after we reveal it in the Softflex VIB Studio group on Facebook. And every design you post is an entry to win one of our next available kits. So there's no like judging or anything like that going on. It's just a very encouraging, fun challenge so that you can share the things that you made with the kit, and then you get to see all of the fun things that other people made with the same materials and how there's just a million different ways to put beads together, right? So like I said, I'm working with the Renewal kit, which were these really soft, pretty colors. This is our Softflex fluorite colored beading wire that was included in the kit. And then there's these really pretty fluorite fire polish. They're like a two-tone color. And these creamy opaly check glass beads and some metal beads. I'll just do a quick look through. We have these really fun sage 2-hole beads that were in there. They're squares, and I did a great wrap design bracelet about a week or two ago that you can find on the Softflex Company YouTube channel using these. I actually plan to make some more because it was so fun. This is our custom bead mix that was put together for this particular kit. This is the fluorite color on the spool. It's Softflex beading wire. It's flexible. It's our medium diameter, 0.019, and you get 10 feet of it. If you've never used Softflex before, it has a stainless steel core, 49 strands, micro braided in a proprietary braid, and then it's colored and has a nice nylon coating. Really easy to work with, really flexible. There's some sterling silver crimps in here. I believe you got 20 of them. And then there's some findings, which we are gonna use these great little ball head pins that were included. I think we have some of these for sale, the head pins themselves for sale at softflexcompany.com. And of course, some ear wires, clasps, and some jump rings in there. I'll actually leave those out. So I'm gonna put this aside. This was the custom bead mix and the 2-hole beads. And we are gonna work with these right here. This, let me see if I can get my light to come back on. There we go. This beautiful piece is by our friends over at Tiara Cast. It is a lunar moth, and this is sort of the, this was the jumping off point for the entire kit. We really wanted to use this beautiful moth, which I'm using as a pendant here. And I think Sarah actually created a bracelet on Instagram Reels on the Great Bead Extravaganza's Instagram page today with this moth as well, which is super cool. So go check that out today if you haven't seen it yet. We do not sell these lunar moths, but our friends at Kelly's Bead Boutique and Stars Beads do sell it. So you can find this piece from them if you're interested in grabbing some more. And then all of these beads were in the kit. So I've got those really pretty fire polish, those little opal drops, and then these were so cool. And I just knew I really wanted to work with these. These are check glass. They have this like same color as these opal drops here, maybe like an opalite color. It's kind of a creamy little twist. And someone said that they look like cocoons, like moth cocoons. I think it might have been Sarah. And I was like, they totally do. I didn't even think of that until, until we were actually looking at it all together. And so they just really go with this necklace perfectly. And then of course I have these, just a few little metal spacers throughout to bring in that metal. Yeah, it was really nice. Colleen says, I love getting some bigger beads sometimes. I am definitely a big bead lover. So for me, I totally get it. I was like, oh, those are gonna be so much fun. And I put them in a necklace, but they were really comfortable on my wrist too. I was debating on whether or not I wanted to make a bracelet with them because just the smoothness of them and the shape, they just were so comfortable as a bracelet. So I already started this side of the necklace, and I'm just gonna continue this same pattern on the other side. So you'll see I've got it started here, and I'm stringing it on the Softflex fluorite. I cut myself about 30 inches, so I would have plenty to work with. You can also work directly from the spool if you don't wanna cut it ahead of time and you just wanna use the spool, and that way you don't waste any. And then if you do cut it, these handy dandy bead stoppers, these are the big ones, the regular size. We also have them in mini, are great to clip onto your wire. They don't harm your wire in any way, and they just hold your space so you don't lose your beads while you're designing. I even think we have a few of them in the mini on closeout. So if you go to softflexcompany.com and look at our closeout section, you'll see some mini ones in there. And then until tomorrow, which is June 8th, at midnight, you'll get an extra 10% off of anything in closeout and anything in our outlet. So just add it to your cart, no coupon needed. It's for retail price purchases. And if we've got a couple left still in the closeout, you might be able to just get that extra deal on them. So let's see what I did on my pattern. I always struggle with doing patterns when I do videos because I'm talking too much. So these are the pretty beads I'm going to be working with, just to show you what that shape looks like on its own. That's the fire polish one. So for any of you that caught my studio tour, that was so much fun. Thank you so much for being there and getting a little look-see at my studio. I realized after I ended the video that I really don't get to show people around in here. I never have anybody in this space with me other than on these videos, really. And that was just so fun. I don't know about you guys, but I can talk about my art and my beads and my creative space forever. And I think it's just one of those things that always interests me when I'm watching other people. So I thought maybe you would really like to have that little behind the scenes look as well. So I'm just stringing that same pattern. I've got the fire polish, the little opal beads, and you can see the opal-y beads. This one in particular has a little translucency to it, so you can see a little bit of that wire peeking through, which is another nice reason for using colored beading wire, is that when it does peek through, now this is a really soft, pretty wire that matches. It's not gonna be something that is gonna make it feel a little more dingy or something like that if it was just a plain wire. And then after I was finished with those beads, I would just finished up the end by doing a fire polish the drop, alternating it till I had 4 pairs. I don't know what size this necklace turned out to be, but I would probably take a guess I ended up making around 19 or 20 inches. You can always go longer if you wanted, because there's plenty of beads left. Or you can go shorter, of course, too. Hi, Maria and fellow makers. All right, so now that I'm done, I'm just gonna put my bead stopper on this end. So I've got one on both ends here, and just kind of give it a look and make sure that I didn't skip anything. Before I crimp, you wanna make sure that your design is looking the way you want it to be. And then I'm also gonna hold it up, and these really come in handy when I'm testing out the length of my necklace, because 9 out of 10 times, that's when I drop my strand of beads and it goes all over the place. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I hold it up to see where it is on my neck, and then it just falls to pieces. It's so devastating because you know you're like right at the end. And I actually think I'm gonna take off, I don't know if I should do, maybe I'll just go down to 3 on the end. It felt a little bit long, especially because this has a nice long little drop there. I want to make sure that it sits in a good place. All right, that feels better. So I ended up just doing the 3 pairs. So it's fire polish and then the little drop, and took one of them off. So now I'm gonna crimp and put on my clasp. These are Soft Flex sterling silver 2x2 crimp tubes. So I'm gonna take 2 of those out, and then we've got a nice little lobster clasp here. And let me see if this is a closed or open jump ring. I think it's an open one. Yeah, it's an open one, okay. So I'll just pick one side to put my, actually, let me look at my moth. Is there a front and a back, or are they the same? It looks like they're the same. That makes it easy. So first I'm just gonna string on my little 2x2 millimeter crimp tube onto my strand. Then I'm gonna put on my lobster clasp. And then I'm gonna take the end of the soft flex wire and go back down into that crimp to form my loop. and then scoot it down. You can make this loop bigger or smaller depending on how you want it. You just want to make sure that you don't crimp this part of it too tight. You want there to be movement in your beads so that it lays nice for you. So I'm going to go ahead and use my magical crimping pliers. You can use another pair of crimping pliers if that's what you have. But what these do is they have one notch in them. There's like a half circle, a half dome, I should say, on each side. You place your crimp tube inside that notch. You want to get it right in the center and give it a good squeeze. It's going to pinch your four corners, and then you'll turn it on its side and squeeze it again. And then I just rotate it and roll it in there and pump and squeeze a few times. And that will turn your crimp tube into a nice little oval bead. I just love that tool. I know it takes a little practice, but it's so worth it in the end. Then I'm using my flush cutters, and I'm just gonna go right up to the crimp with the flush side, the flat side, and I can trim off my excess wire. And so now I've got the one end of my crimp done, my clasp, I mean. And then on the other side, I'm just gonna create a little loop. You can always attach it to a little bit of chain, or you can attach it to a closed jump ring. With an open jump ring, it could possibly open up and then be a part that falls off the design. So when I don't have a closed jump ring, I just create a little loop out of the soft flex and hook the clasp right into that. And then once I'm ready, it is important to have your wires be parallel with most crimping pliers. With the magical crimper, you don't have to be quite as diligent about that. But it is a good practice because it does allow your wires to lay nice and straight. I don't always mention it because when you're using the magical crimper, it's not quite as 100% necessary as it is with some other crimping pliers, like the regular crimpings. And I'm sorry if I'm missing any of your questions. Thank you for helping, Damien, because when on this setup with me not on my normal computer and I'm just on the phone, it's really hard. I only see like one or two comments, and then once they're gone, I can't get them back. So I do apologize if I'm missing some questions. So there is my necklace, and we also have two more little holes here on the edge to add some more dangles if you want to. So you can leave it just one center dangle or tassel, or you can also connect your soft flex to the two corners of the moth. I know a few of you have done that. I think that's really pretty. But since I've seen some of you guys doing that, I wanted to just have it be in the center with the pendant so that you can see that there's a hole there. Then you've got the two holes on the end, and then you have the little drop at the bottom too. So in this case, I opened up the jump ring and I attached it to the moth and strung it on there as a pendant. But you could also use these little holes in the two corners to attach your wire directly to that. So here is what the drop looked like. I used the little round head pin. These are so pretty, and we have more of them at softflexcompany.com. I feel like they just really make a nice finish for the drop. Yeah, Sarah used the moth on the Great Bead Extravaganza Instagram page today. I mentioned that in the beginning, but thank you for sharing again, Sarah, because I'm sure there's quite a few of you that missed the beginning of the video. So I'm just gonna make another drop and I'm gonna attach it to one of the ends here. So using my chain nose plier, I'm just gonna go up a little bit above the bead and create 90-degree angle. And then I think I'm gonna try and make my loop a little bit larger, because if it's too tight, it's gonna not lay right. And this is kind of thick here on the moth, so just be a little cognizant of making sure you can get your loop to be large enough. So I'm now using round nose pliers to make my loop. And I'm gonna come back with my chain nose pliers. First thing I'm gonna do is just kind of straighten it out a little bit. Oh, without, maybe, okay. Maybe not be so rough, Kristen. There we go. There I go, being rough with my wire again. Like I said in the beginning and this morning, I can be a little impatient with my wire. So I just use my chain nose pliers to pop open that loop a little bit so that I can string it on here. Just like so. Then I will use my chain nose pliers to close that wire. And then I'm just gonna use my finger to wrap around. And I do not mind a messy wrap. You are probably gonna get a little messier of a wrap when you use your fingers, or at least I do. And I don't mind that, so I'm gonna go for it. But if you have another tool on hand that you wanna use instead to wrap it and make it neater, that is all you. And then I'm just gonna come in with my flush cutters and trim off any excess. I like to make sure I'm pointing my wire down and so that this little piece, when it flies off, it hits my table and doesn't hit me. And then just come back with your chain nose plier and tuck in that tail. So now I have 2 drops, and I'm not gonna do the third one on camera, but I just wanted to show you the one. I'm gonna add one more on that side there. Hello and welcome. Thanks for being a nice hostess, Sarah. I was saying before that I can't see a lot of the comments the way my phone's set up like this, so it's hard to catch everybody the way I normally would. All right, last step, we are gonna make a matching little dangle earring. So I'm just gonna pick up my extra fluorite that I had from my necklace. And you can put a bead stopper on one side. I'm just going to follow the pattern I made on the first one here. So I've got a little drop that's facing up, then a fire polish bead, then a drop that's facing down, then this little metal spacer. Now go the opposite way, a drop that's facing up, the fire polish, and then another, oh, nope, that's not right, right? A drop that's facing down is the next one after the metal. And then a drop that's facing up at the end. So let's see if I did that one right. There we go. So that's my pattern. Take out another 2x2 millimeter Softlex sterling silver crimp tube. If you've never used Softlex crimp tubes, You gotta give them a try. And they always come in our kits, so if you pick up one of our monthly mystery design kits, you will get some in there to give a try. But they are, I am biased of course, but they are the best. They are the best because they are double the wall thickness of most on the market. They are seamless and they're just really easy to work with. They're super strong. So right now I'm just trying to make sure my first and second earring are similar in size. So I strung that crimp tube down both wires to make that drop. Oh, that's so good to hear, Lydia. I do feel like it is common to break crimps with other crimp types, and we work really hard to make sure that we create a very strong, beautiful crimp because we understand the importance of having a good crimp for your designs. So I took one of the wires, so I strung the crimp tube down both, and then I took one of them into a loop, back down the crimp, just like that. And now I'm checking my top loops. So I wanna make sure that these top loops are very similar as well. When I'm happy with it, I just take my magical crimping pliers, place that crimp tube right in the center, give it a good squeeze, have 4 pinched corners, and then turn this way. And our friend Nile said he really likes when there's 3 wires running through a crimp when he's using the magical crimping pliers, which was interesting to hear. But in this kind of design, you do have 3 wires. So if you're struggling with working with that crimping plier and you want a nice, easy design to practice with, this kind of earring may be a good one for you to try because you're gonna have 3 wires running through it, 3 of the medium 0.019 wires. And he found that that made it easier when there were 3. And now I'm just trimming off the excess, and then we can add our ear wires to the top. This is such a soft and pretty design. I love these colors. We've been talking about your summer memories and what kind of colors that bring up for you. And I feel like these colors are like sandy ocean, very soft. So maybe it's like, I don't know, what would be softer, the end of the day or the beginning of the day? I love seeing, I can't wait to get back and read them after I'm done with my video today and see what other memories were coming up. For me, I always think I grew up on Long Island, so I was right by the ocean in every direction. So I have a lot of ocean memories. Fireflies are like quintessential summer memory for me. Cicadas, which I know this is like a crazy cicada year for places, but I always remember the sound of cicadas. All right, and then we're done. I have a few more beads left over here to make my other dangle. And then I still have all of these beads that I have yet to touch. So I got the 2-hole beads and the entire. And join us over at the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook group for all that's happening over there. Sarah and I will be live on Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific time for our Great Bead Extravaganza presentation. So we will catch you then. And then I am live on Mondays at 2 p.m. Pacific time on the Softflex Company Facebook page and usually the YouTube channel as well. But today I'm just here on Facebook. So because of my technical difficulties, but you can usually find me both places. So restart Yeah, somebody's saying something about a restart. I have to restart my, my little 2-hour window. I feel like there's been a lot of restarts today. Yeah, did I drop and I'm back? That is just the deal. Giveaway number 3. Oh gosh, what was giveaway number 3? Giveaway number 3 was go to the Great Bead Extravaganza YouTube channel. So we do have a Great Bead Extravaganza YouTube channel. Go there and find the coffee and craft wire video. Hey, Sarah, that might be a problem, actually. Because I went and looked and it did not post on the YouTube channel. So we may have to have them go to our YouTube channel. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna look real fast. She's saying yes, exclamation point. Let me move over to the computer and see what's happening. Sarah, will you look? Okay, you look and let me know. Thank you. Yeah, I looked this morning and I realized it and I forgot we had a giveaway that was going to talk about it. So they're going to have to just go to where are we going to change it to? Should we have them go to Softflex Company YouTube channel? Or maybe they just comment on, maybe we just have you comment right in the group on that coffee and craft wire. All right, we'll figure it out and we will post what the last giveaway is. Oh, she said sure. I think that might be a good option. Go to the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook group, look for our coffee and craft wire video and comment on there. And if you were there live and you made a comment already, you'll just be included in the giveaway for number 3 as well. So pretty cool. Yeah, we'll roll with it, right, Brenda? I mean, that was like what we've been doing. Barb, I'm sorry. Barb, we are just rolling with it all day today. All right, and so we'll post a picture with the 3rd giveaway in the Great Bead Extravaganza, just like we did with the other 2, so you guys will know what to do. Yay, Softflex Coffee and Craft Wire. Now that can't be a regular thing because I'm not a morning person. So I'm gonna go before I lose you guys again. And you don't have to comment anything other than what you'd like to share with us. There's no particular thing you need to comment. All right, great. See you guys in the next video. And I'll catch you over on the Great Bead Extravaganza for the rest of the day with some posts over there. Lots of love. Keep on beading.